All right.
It's just loading, so it's just okay, perfect. All right, so looks like we are live.
All right.
All right, welcome everyone to the 53rd episode of Got a Spotlight with Liaserenityrose. I am your host, Leah, and of course, I have my very special guest of honor, Daniel, aka Boosted Props, one of the staff members of the new Sonic convention coming this year on August 15 to 16, Sonic BoostCon.
Hi. Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
All right. Before we start the Q&A, I have a disclaimer for you all. Please do not ask questions about a specific guest that's going to the convention because doing so, we will not be having him answer that question, any questions about that specific guest. And if you do, my mod will be dealing with you. So do not ask any questions about that specific guest. So let's get started, shall we?
All right. Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right. So here's my first question for you, Daniel. What inspired you and your team to start up a Sonic fan convention in San Diego?
Well, I mean, honestly, like we've been doing events for a while. We've been selling online for like lots of years. We loved conventions. They've been super fun. So we kind of just been going, you know what? Like, what if we were to try one? And we were just like, but what do we do, right? Like anime conventions, there's so many now, especially in California. And we've seen other events that, really didn't take off too much. And we're just like, well, what are we good at? And I'm just like, well, I like Sonic. I've seen other Sonic events, and I'm like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's go for Sonic. We'll make it a Sonic theme and just see how it goes.
Mm, very interesting.
Yeah, it's like nothing too special. We just went, this is the franchise that we're most familiar with. I feel like we can make this work just because how much we know about the franchise compared to like everything else.
I mean, yeah, that's understandable. You know, you're most familiar with like a lot of industry guests, in the Sonic franchise.
Yeah.
That's totally understandable. Ooh, okay. I see a question by Kevin. My
All right.
question for Boosted Profs. Hi, I was the person who volunteered for Sonic Neon Summit and stopped by your booth and also work with Sonic Revolution. What's it like to put on your first Sonic Con?
Oh man, it's so cool. Like everyone here is so excited. We're scared. We are horribly scared, but like, I mean, it's normal. But the fact that we're able to do like whatever we had in mind, whatever we had planned, and we honestly like we have a lot of interesting ideas that we want to do, and it's super exciting the fact that like we could do it. There's no like, hey, you got to check out with them first. You got to see if this is okay kind of a thing. So
Hmm.
like with us being the ones in charge, it lets us try out some unique things that we're really interested in showing off.
Ooh, cool. All right, so here is my next question. Next question for you, Daniel.
Mhm.
Tell us, how did you and your team come up with the name of the convention, Sonic BoostCon? Like, what made you gravitate towards that name?
All right. Let's see, how can I say this? So we're keeping it at like Sonic Boost,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's, it rolls off easier. The
Mm-hmm.
con portion was added to our Instagram because Sonic Boost was already taken by something.
Mm.
But honestly, I think the name really didn't come together until maybe like 2 months before we actually went like that. What's it called? We're gonna start doing it. Like for the
Mm-hmm.
last like 4 or 5 months before that, we were just like, hey, we're doing a Sonic event, we're doing a Sonic event. And when it came to naming, I'm just like, Sonic Boost. I don't know. Let's just take Sonic. Let's just take the first name of, our store, put it together, and we're like, wait, this actually works. We can like go like, oh, the whole boost formula, Sonic boosting. I'm like, okay, this actually doesn't sound like a bad name.
Mm. And then I know you mentioned that like, oh, you had to add con to the name because it was already taken on
Yeah, I was like,
Instagram.
okay, let's go search it up. I'm like, oh man, all right, well, let's add con, just to put it right there. But we want to keep it at Sonic Boost, which is why most of our like all our promotional work and all that stuff, goes that way. But yeah, honestly, either or works. It helps people know it's a convention, so that's also useful.
I mean, yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah, because at least if you add the con, it's like at least it differentiates from the other Sonic
yeah,
Boost. You
yeah.
know,
Like you'd Google Sonic Boost, and then you just see like, oh yeah, these are all the Boost games, and I'm like, well, this was pretty bad for the searching.
Ooh, okay. There's a question in the chat by Dilius. Is there any guest that you hope to get in the future?
Oh, okay. How do I answer this without like spoiling anything? Like, okay, our original plan before all this happened, we were only gonna have like 4 or 5 guests. It's gotten to the point where we've gotten almost every single guest I could have ever dreamed to have. That like any other ones, it's just like it makes me feel greedy. But yeah, like honestly, I'm so happy with the cast that we have. Like it's absolutely amazing. There's one guest that I'm seeing that if it's possible or not, but I can't say anything yet, so we'll see how it works out.
Um,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just because we have so many. It's hard to like say which particular guest because it'll like then spoil the last guest that we have, if that makes any sense.
oh, no, 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 that's
Yeah,
completely
yeah. So
understandable.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Oh no, 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 you're all good. I work with Sonic Revolutions,
Yeah.
so I know the NDA stuff.
Yeah.
So I completely understand. Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you. Who's your favorite Sonic character and why?
All right, I'm gonna try not to sound like super basic, but like it's Sonic. Like he's so cool. Like everyone in our group goes, "Oh, but Shadow or this," but it's like it's Sonic. All right, dude goes fast, does what he wants, and still like relaxes when he needs to, and then when he needs to be serious, he takes everything seriously. It's like dude's just so cool.
No, no, there's nothing wrong with it. He's pretty much the mascot of Sega.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
mean, like like it wouldn't feel the same if it was like any of the other characters to be the
yeah,
mascot of
and
Sega.
honestly, like it's just I think that's what really just got me into the series. Like I think since the beginning, it's just like he's just so cool. Like I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, like you know, like Sonic is pretty much you could say is the poster child.
Yeah,
You know? You know, it's literally every game, well, except with like with some exception like Shadow the Hedgehog game,
yeah, yeah.
you know, has his name on it. So, I mean,
hmm
so it's totally understandable. Like, is it just the way that Sonic can be like so optimistic, you know, even when the going gets tough?
I mean, I want to say like yes, but like it's like how is it? He'll relax when he needs to relax, and then when it's time to come, like be like, okay, I need to get this done. Like he'll get it done. Like obviously, like never he won't fail because it's the main character. But either way, what's it called? That kind of attitude's always been like super cool with me, where it's like relax when you could, and then take everything serious when you need to.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like in a way, Sonic kind of teaches his audience that, you know, sometimes you need to like relax, you know, like don't
Yeah,
don't put so much like pressure and workload on yourself. We all need to relax, you know,
yeah,
from time to time. So, and I think that's a good positive thing to like show like the younger audience that like, hey, don't, you know, don't put so much work on yourself. You know, you need to like take time to recharge and
hmm
you know, so I think it's just a very powerful, you know, lesson in Sonic's character that he teaches his audience.
right.
Ooh, okay. Here is oh yeah, I see another question in the chat. Another question by Dolius. What do you worry about the most when setting up a convention?
Oof. Okay. Right now, the thing stressing the team out is basically the concert. We want this
Mm,
thing to be completely memorable. Like, honestly, like I just love the music from the franchise. So that's pretty much has been like our main priority to make sure that it goes as well as possible. Like, if there was anything I would say is like my number one focus is making sure the concert is as great as it could be for everybody.
mm. Yeah, yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, the concert is just as important as the main con
Yeah.
itself because that's literally, I think, like right like after the convention, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That it's going to happen. So yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, concerts, they take a lot of planning.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
So it's totally understandable. Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you, Daniel.
Mhm.
What is your favorite Sonic music theme and why?
Oof, okay, oh my God, I got so many. I pretty much have like the whole set like on my computer. But if I had to pick a few, let's say it would be obviously Live and Learn, like if we go Dreamcast era kind of thing, then would probably be what is it? Fight the Night, I think, in the Black Knight.
Mm,
And then Infinite if we had to pick some of the newer ones because of the Infinite theme we started getting all these cool heavy rock themes again and I love that type of music.
nice. Yeah, because like the Sonic franchise, as a whole, just has a lot of great music,
Yeah.
music themes, obviously the most popular being Live and Learn,
Hmm. Yeah.
and literally that was like put in Sonic movie 3.
I wish it was longer. Oh, I really wish.
So it's very telling that we know what is the
Yeah.
most popular music theme, and I love when they perform them at the Sonic Symphony.
Oh,
Um,
yes. Oh, so cool.
like though it just feels surreal and nostalgic to hear it
Yeah.
in during the Sonic Symphony. And when they got to like the music theme portions, people feel cheering and they
No,
get up
yeah.
from their chairs and they just start rocking it out. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. We were able to attend the Sonic Symphony in LA, the one that had Johnny and I think Kellen Quinn.
Hmm.
Man, when they did what's it called? Live and Learn with all of them, it was like this is the coolest version of Live and Learn that I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was definitely a night. I was there too with
Oh, okay, cool.
I was there
Yeah.
with my other friends and stuff. I just tried to be sure I didn't scream, otherwise I might like destroy my throat. Because if you scream, the wrong way, you're going to end up getting sore
Yeah.
throat. So I just say woo, without trying to strain my throat or anything. So
Yeah,
luckily,
yeah.
at least when I woke up the next day, I'm like, okay, good. My throat, I didn't strain it. Okay, good. Um, but I'm very curious, like what was like your favorite performance? This is like an impromptu question, but what
Yeah.
was like your favorite like performances from the Sonic Symphony?
100% it had to be that one. I just loved when I would hear like Kellen in the background just screaming Live and Learn like it gave it like some weird metal kind of vibes if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was so awesome hearing that. I'm like I would want to see, him actually do like his take on it, to see how it would sound.
Hmm.
But yeah, easily for me that was the most memorable one. I'm always a fan of Night of the Wind. Open Your Heart's always, good, but yeah, that one just 100% was my favorite one overall. The way they closed it off, it was super awesome.
Oh yeah. Like I think the funny moment was when they were doing the classic bit and then they had like the where they timed the music with like the gameplay
Oh, mhm.
footage. That was so clever. I was just like, that's so cool. They like timed it with the music was timing it with the footage. I'm like, oh, they deliberately did this,
Yeah.
which is great. So that's why I always appreciate it. Like Sonic Symphony was, it was so memorable. And I think, yeah, they actually had one in San Diego during one of the days of San Diego Comic-Con.
Hmm.
I didn't go because I had 4 days of San Diego Comic-Con, and that already
Yeah.
tires me out.
Oh, I didn't know
Um,
about that. Damn.
yeah, they actually had one in San Diego in the Civic Theater, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what the where they were performing, and they had the Sonic Speed Cafe, in downtown, and they actually had Jun Sonoe and Shota there for like a meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went there with my friends, and we actually had we actually like I actually got to meet him and I actually did a Q and A with Shota like earlier that year. And I told him hi and then I let him know my name and he's like, "Oh yeah." And he remembered the Q&A that he did with me.
Oh,
So
that's so cool.
yeah, so got to meet him and Jin Sonoe and it was I was not expecting them to be there, but they announced it on their socials that they were
Yeah.
gonna have them there to do meet and greets. So it was a lot of fun.
Right.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is an interesting question. Another question by Kevin. How did you put together those big Sonic character statues? I love seeing them at Sonic Neon Summit and would love to know how they were made.
All right. So like what's it called? The convention is a brand new thing for us. It's our first time hosting this kind of thing. So what we've been doing, in the past couple years, we actually run like a 3D print shop. So, we pretty much just do custom orders for people or anything like that, stuff like that. And then we're like, you know what? Let's try making something bigger. So we started doing statues.
Hmm.
And we started with Omnimon from Digimon. And
Oh.
yeah, so that was cool. We have like a 7 foot version in our space. And then afterwards, we went with Shadow. And so we're like, oh man, he's too many pieces and all that stuff. So we actually built a custom printer, like a really, really huge one, to be able to start making these types of statues. And we've just been kind of making them for fun because, we're like, oh, they get attention online, the actors like them, all that kind of stuff. So now what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna make every single character for every voice actor that we have for the event.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we've been pumping these out nonstop. Like we're gonna be making footage and showing them off. But yeah, this is something I can say right now is if you guys go to the event, you'll have life-size versions of every single character that you see.
Wow. I am super excited to see how those turn out because I love your guys' statues. Like,
Thank you, thank you.
because I know I mentioned to you before we started
Yeah,
this interview that I actually went to that meet and greet in Mission Valley,
yeah.
and I took a photo with the four statues. And I'm like, I love them. They're very great looking,
Thank
you
you.
know.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna have to give some of our older ones like brand new coats because they've kind of been getting like beaten down from all the trips that we're doing. But
mm,
yeah, we're gonna make them look way, way nicer compared to like some of our newer ones. Just that I am not excited to do big.
oh yeah.
He is huge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of like wondering, is that going to be harder to put in like an SUV or a
No, yeah,
truck?
we've checked the space. We're gonna rent like an actual like U-Haul kind of thing to just take everybody just because of how massive it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
like the Discord right now, like I'm like, all right, guys, who do you guys want me to do first? Maria won, so we're actually in the process of printing out Maria right now.
oh, I am so like when I see those statues, I so want to get photos with with each of them.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want people to like, take pictures with them. We'll see if we can do like some sort of backdrops so, everybody could be like, oh man, this looks so cool, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Because you can bet that people are gonna do selfies.
Yeah.
If anything.
Hopefully, hopefully they don't break them. I had one person break our statues and I died inside and I was like, "Oh guys,
Oh
yeah, it
no.
was Sonic." And what Ryan's assistant was like, "Hey, I'm sorry someone broke your statue." And I'm like, "Oh no."
Oh, oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were able to fix it, but oh man, was that stressful.
Oh. Oh, like Kevin's comment said the Agumon fan in me approves about the Omnimons.
Yeah. I We need to redo Omnimon. His stand is kind of falling apart. It was our very first time. We've picked up way more tricks to make him look way better, so hopefully I can get to redoing him again.
Aw. Yeah, like because I kind of notice it is like wear and tear,
Yeah.
when you 3D print. So I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Like, um, because I think when I kind of saw it, it was kind of like, I don't know if it was just me or the colors kind of fading a
Yeah.
bit
They're
from what I've noticed.
fading, they kind of get scratches, so like yeah, those the main four from the Mission Valley. Yeah, it's been I think gonna be year and a half, 2 years, I think. I can't remember. I think 2 years, right? No. Somewhere around there. But yeah, basically, time messes with them. So hopefully we can give them a brand new coat and make them look way, way nicer for the event.
Hmm. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay, so yeah, here's a question by Western Spy. They said the cosplay contest rules allow 3D printing as long as you have evidence that you modeled your cosplay. What kind of evidence do I need to prove that I modeled it?
For that one, honestly, like right now we're honestly just going with the honor system. If you go, hey, I modeled it, we're gonna believe you. We don't want to be like, hey, yeah, you're a liar kind of a thing. So we don't want to do that. I mean, there's a lot of the times these models are really easy to trace back to, like, hey, this isn't, yours. And our group, we since we work with all this stuff and we've seen statues, we've seen like lots of work. It's kind of easy to tell when like someone didn't make it and it's like, oh, this is the same model that everyone's using, just, switched up a little bit.
Hmm.
So for the most part, if you just say, hey, I made it, we're more than likely gonna just believe you.
Okay. Because I think they also added on to that question, are fan characters allowed? I guess they wanna like
Like their
caught
OCs and stuff, right?
yeah.
No, yeah, yeah, of course. What's it called? Yeah, there, anybody you got, come in however you want, dress up, whoever you want, it's gonna be all cool. As long as it's cool, it's fun, safe. Yeah, no
Mhm.
problem.
Okay. There you go, Western Spy. There's your answer. Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you, Daniel. What is your favorite Sonic game and why?
Like I would say Adventure 2, but then I was replaying Adventure 1, I think last year, and like I don't know, I just kept going, wait, do I like Adventure 1 more than Part 2? And so I don't know anymore. Like I feel like 100% like the presentation of Part 2 is way, way better, but like I think the overall better game is probably Part 1 for me.
Oh, very interesting. Like, I'm very curious. Is it like the structure of the game or is it the story
I
or
I think it's the level design. Like I don't know, there was something about the way the Sonic's movement is in like part one compared to two, where part one feels like I can just kind of multiple places to go around versus like it's more straight line, go really fast kind of a thing.
Mm, okay. So you're kind of like, oh, I can do like a little bit of other stuff and go
Yeah, like it
off of
feels
the
way more open kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, sometimes if it's too linear, some people
Yeah.
might get like, I don't know if I really feel it, you know?
Hmm.
I think that's why Frontiers was like a good step in the right direction because
Yeah.
other than like, oh, okay, you already know the main objectives, find your friends and save them. But it's like, oh, you can do like these side stuff,
Hmm.
while you're trying to progress the story. So so I think, having more stuff that you can do outside of just being a linear, like, oh, go fast and
Yeah.
go do the loops.
Hmm.
Because sometimes you kind of need some breathing room when you're running a little bit too fast. Like,
Right.
because I think I remember I had trouble doing Sonic Unleashed because it's like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know how people have fast reaction times to like when to move Sonic from one side to the other. And I'm like, how do you memorize this? Like,
Right.
it's like to me, it's like I can do like fast, but not too fast though, because
No, I
otherwise I'm
know.
gonna hit something.
Yeah.
So, like I commend people who have like fast reactions, in especially for like Sonic Unleashed. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see another question by Kevin in the chat. Like, when will volunteer applications be reviewed? Because they said, barring any schedule conflicts, I'd love to volunteer at the event and have applied to be one.
All right. So yeah, first up, so sorry we haven't gotten back to the volunteer stuff. Originally, we were gonna be like, okay, yeah, we'll get it within like the first 2, 3 weeks. But with how everything turned out, basically we have like a pile of like paperwork and emails from like everybody, and where it's like, okay, like this went from really tiny to enormous. Let's focus on the most important things possible. And then some of the people helping us out that do con stuff, they're like, hey, you can leave the volunteer stuff till maybe like a few months from now because it's not something that's like the highest priority. So hopefully in like the next month or two, we can start getting back to those and being like, okay, yeah, hey, what's it called? Would you guys want to volunteer? We'd love to have you, kind of a thing.
Okay. There's your answer, Kevin. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Here's my next question for you, Daniel. How does
Mhm.
it feel to have a very successful Kickstarter for the first time for a first time running a convention?
Oh, none of us here still can get over what happened. Like we were joking around, I think like a few weeks before, we were like, "Oh, how much do you guys think we're gonna make?" I was like 13 if we're lucky. And then everyone else was like anywhere from like 15 to 18. A family member was like 35 and we're like, "Look, okay, let's be realistic." And they're like, "No, 35." And I'm like, "These are the numbers other events have had. That's not gonna happen." And everyone's just like, "Look, okay, like whatever, right?" They have been like nonstop gloating since the Kickstarter ended, going, I was right. I was right. I mean, I'm so happy. Like, we're like just, I've never been so happy to be wrong in my life.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like that person was very like, yes, yes, we are gonna make it in the 30s,
Yeah, I'm like,
30,000s.
the average is like 20. And they're like, okay, I'm saying 30. And I'm like, fine, whatever. Like, waste your vote. I'm like, that's fine.
And then it's kind of like, and then now it's like, joke's on you, I got it right. We end up in the
Oh
30s.
my, ever since we hit, I think 25, every day they were like, I told you. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, like, it's like you are bringing a lot of Sonic fans together,
Yeah, and that's
Um,
so awesome. Like honestly, like the fact that like the fan base is just like so excited for this is just it makes us so happy. Like it's weird. It's a weird feeling. I'm so happy about it, and I really want to make it worth it for everybody.
oh yes, absolutely. I've worked with Sonic Revolution. It's gonna be, I think, 3 years, 4 years now.
Okay.
And it's always gratifying,
Yeah.
because you want to make it the best con that you can.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, I don't see any other questions in the chat. Chat, you can ask Daniel here your questions and and then I'll read them. out during the stream. So if you want to put your questions in the live stream chat. But here's my next question for you.
Mhm.
Um, like, which music guests were you and your team surprised you were able to book for the convention?
All right, so like this one's weird. So the musicians were actually the easiest part to get. We
Oh,
struggled with everybody. We struggled not we struggled with the voice actors, but not because of the voice actors. They're cool. It's the agencies. We struggled with the agencies.
mm.
All the content creators we messaged, except for like a few, all ignored us. Like pretty much everyone like did not take us serious, except for the musicians. They were like, "We'll do it, we'll do it," and I'm like, "Oh, awesome, awesome." And okay, so here's this one band that we did get the okay, but we had to back out after seeing them. We actually had the okay from Zebrahead. Yeah, like we were
Oh.
talking to the manager and everything, and he gave us the okay, and I was super excited. But the thing is, then we went to one of their concerts, and we're like, we can't have this at a Sonic event.
Oh.
We were like, if we were to bring them, we would have to like really, really tell them to calm down, which I felt would make them like more boring than anything. And I'm like, we can't do that to them. Like they seem so cool on stage that I really didn't want to like ruin their performance kind of a thing. So
Mm.
we had to back out and I'm just like, I'm sorry guys. Like as much as I would love to make this work, I don't think we could.
Oh. That's understandable. 'Cause it's kind of like you're kind of like thinking about the vibe of, the way you want the concert to
Yeah,
work.
like I was like, let's do it, let's do it. And then my wife and my work coworkers and everything, they're like, if you do this, the concert would have to be 17 up. And I'm like, but it'd be cool.
Ah, yeah.
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 So
Yeah, there's that too, because I
yeah.
know if you're gonna hold a concert at your convention, I know there's some where it's like, hey, we only allow like 18 and up, you know,
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. So it's like, yeah, and the thing is the younger fans wouldn't be able to get in,
Oh
you know.
yeah, that's
When you
and
think about it. So
right.
you're kind of like limiting your
Yeah.
audience, but I mean, um yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, Kevin's comment, he put like we also can vouch when it comes with working with the musicians and how tough the agents can be.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, 100%. Like I don't want to say anything horrible against them, but my God, like the amount of times we got rejected by everybody was it was bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you, Daniel. Were you
Mhm.
surprised how many content creators reached out to you to come as a content creator guest for the convention?
Yes. I mean, like we mentioned in the beginning, we tried for some. They weren't huge content creators. They were small content creators, but they all ignored us. And then once everything kind of blew up, like we were just nonstop with like everybody wanted to be a part of the event. And the ones that originally ignored us, they came back and they were like, "Oh yeah, I could." And I'm like, "Guy, come on. Like, come on. Like, I
Yeah,
can tell which ones actually wanted to versus which ones were doing like, "Hey, it blew up, let me go" kind of a thing."
yeah, it's kind of like their actions kind of you could kind of tell that
Yeah.
like, oh, they didn't really take you seriously
Yeah.
until, the Kickstarter made that all happen for you guys, where it's like, oh yeah, it's like we made, the Kickstarter. You had a very, very successful Kickstarter,
Yeah. And
you know.
honestly, that's why like I'm so grateful for the ones that told us yes to begin with. I'm
Hmm.
like, you guys are all the best. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it shows that, like, it shows in their character that we don't care if you're a small convention or a big convention. That doesn't matter to us, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing, that like. hey, it's like, it's like it shouldn't matter if the convention is big or small. If you want to be a part of it,
Right?
that's the most important thing. And like you said, and as I said, it's very telling when they don't take you seriously until the success of the Kickstarter. Like, oh
Yeah.
wait, okay, now I changed my mind.
Oh my, yes, like since I think when like the very first day, like after we passed the goal and everything, all the agencies started contacting me back, going, "Hey, you still want this person? You still want this person?" And I'm like, I mean, I have to tell you yes because I have no other options, but like, really, man?
Oh, ooh, I don't. Oh, okay. Oh wait, I just noticed a question in the chat. Another question by Kevin. How did boosted props get started? Ooh, I'd like to know this too, actually.
All right, so this one was really, really funny. Like it's, I've had a couple people at the conventions ask me the same thing. And I was like, okay, so I had my Switch. I got really tired of switching games back and forth. And I'm like, you know what? I want to hack my Switch so I can just put everything, like, and I don't have to keep switching out the carts. And back then, there was a way to be able to mod your Switch, but you needed to 3D print like a little thing to hold like a paperclip together.
Hmm.
So I bought a 3D printer. I made the thing and it worked. And my wife was like, okay, well, cool. Now you have a 3D printer. Now what? I'm like, I don't know. Let me start printing out stuff and see if they sell. That kind of just went from there.
Oh. Yeah, because I actually I think when I was like in university I went to like a demonstration and they
Hmm.
were showing like a 3D printing, they show it on the computer and then it's like, oh yeah, this is 3D printing and then it actually shows like obviously it's slow, especially if it's a more complex like shape,
Yeah.
because those if it has more complex shapes, those take a lot more time. So I kind of seen like a bit of 3D printing.
No, yeah. Oh man, the way it's gone in like the last 6, 7 years has been absolutely like insane. Like just the progress and everything. It's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm very curious, like how long does it take for like, like the first four like Sonic statues you guys did? How long did that actually take to like actually 3D print those?
All right. So like, if you use a standard printer, are you familiar with like the bamboos?
A bit, just a bit.
All right. So you can kind of see them like as like the iPhones of the 3D print space. So I know a statue in that would take maybe like a couple weeks, but we actually design and manufacture our own 3D printers. So we're able to reduce that time from weeks to maybe like 2 days at most.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
No, yeah, what's it called? Since, yeah, this is our business, but we know like the ins and outs of the machines and everything. We make our own custom ones. And the next one is to make an even bigger one to try to see if we can do big in one piece because I do not want to do them in multiple pieces.
Yeah. Like you're kind of like, oh, this is gonna be the biggest
Yeah.
obstacle.
Yeah, there's one more that it's not a character, but it's something to do with the characters that I'm super excited to see if we can do. I'm not going to say it yet in case plans fall through, but if it works out, I know it's going to be like a huge, huge attention grabber at the event.
Ooh. Very, very interesting. Because like when I see 3D printed stuff, I always commend like how how people are able to create like 3D printing
Yeah.
objects. Because like I've seen like, when I was in university that they were like demonstrating. I'm like, wow, this is impressive. And then, obviously they had it on their little like computer thing and they were like inputting the directions and all that to be sure. Oh, if you want to do this, make sure you add this on there.
Yeah.
So it was a very intriguing process. And then they started the process and it was like building it. I'm like, that's amazing. Like it kind of feels like you're seeing magic
Yeah,
right
it
in front
really
of you.
does. It's so cool.
Like, because when I see the work in progress when it's working on like actually getting the entire shape, it's just
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is beautiful. It's like it is like a very beautiful work of art, and I'm just like, this is beautiful. Um, but yeah. Ooh. Okay, so another question that Western Spy put, the contest rules mentions a background movie requirement, but there's no aspect ratio listed, and I'm assuming 16:9 ratio might not look as good on a larger screen.
Okay, so we haven't 100% um got the requirements down for the screens because we're still debating because we have a small hall that actually has like a full like those video LED walls.
Mm.
So I'm like, if we have the event there, we want to see how footage would look on it. And I think it's 16 by 9, but I need to go double check the venue. Because if it doesn't look good, then we'd have to replace it with, like a projector and like the backdrop and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, so that one, I mean, we can probably get back in, like once we go double check the venue, but I think 16 by 9 still should probably be passable.
Okay. Oh, okay. Kevin actually put a suggestion in here. They said, also, Daniel, not sure if you were planning on VTuber guests. There's a company called VTuber Research Club that can handle the equipment side of things.
Oh, okay. That's actually, yeah, thank you. Thank you. We do have a few VTubers as well. They've all been wanting to willing to help out and let us know what we need, which is honestly super grateful because we had no clue about the VTuber stuff until some of them offered, and I was like, yeah, yeah, why not? Let's get some VTubers here.
Yeah, yeah, one of my very good buddies, Sora.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
actually, yeah, well, they're like, hey, you need any help? Happy to help. And I'm like, awesome, awesome, thank you.
Yeah, like Sora Starlight is a techie.
Yeah.
So so they kind of know there's someone they are someone I know that you can rely on.
Oh, great, great.
hmm Oh, okay. Here is my next question for you, Daniel.
Mhm.
Um what type of events have you been a vendor for, other than conventions?
Honestly, not many. Like we pretty much just do conventions mostly for the like to get like ourselves out there like in other places that we go because we're mostly just booked nonstop like through our online website. Companies either hire us to make statues or there's organizations or there's people who want their own things, so like it doesn't give us too much time to leave outside of the convention area.
Mm.
So yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, it's just work, conventions, and then come back to work kind of a thing.
Mm. I mean, yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, like we are doing a project right now for another really big anime convention. I can't say the name, but I'm pretty sure when you got like if you follow them or you attend them and you see when they post it up, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, that's them, 100%.
Yeah, like yeah, like because going to conventions is fun, and I've seen like, people, both vendors and artist alley,
Yeah.
and it's so interesting to talk to them about, how they got started, in, what they're selling.
Hmm.
and everything. So I think it's just very cool that, because that's got to be a great thing, like you get to vendor at these conventions, to help get your name out there, you
No,
know.
yeah. I honestly, we were like at the very beginning, we were wondering if it was gonna work, kind of a thing. But yeah, honestly, I think doing that was probably like the biggest like threw our name out there kind of a thing with like a lot of connections that we've made, especially with the convention industry. And like we're now able to like pull favors from everybody that we've met. And everyone's so excited to help us out. So it's like it's so cool. It's so cool that everyone's been super nice and wanting to make this as great as we possibly could.
Nice. And to add on to that, Like which conventions that you have attended as a vendor were your like your favorites?
Uh, for me, it would honestly be the anime fire events. So it's like Anime Las Vegas, Pasadena, Riverside. I know they're gonna do a San Diego one. The people
Oh.
that pass by, they're always super cool. We've pretty much got like we became good friends with most of like the managers there, the owners, all that stuff. And we also do meetups there. We've been doing, I think, Sonic meetups like the last year or so. And it's super awesome always seeing everybody come in. They're like, oh, can't wait for the meetup, man. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going to be so cool. We take our statues, everybody takes pictures, and it's super cool. Like,
Nice.
yeah, the meetup in Anime Pasadena, I think was November. It was the first time we actually announced the event. I was like, all right, everybody, this is the last meetup for the year, and we have a surprise for you guys. Like, everyone was like super excited. They were all screaming. They're like, holy crap, really? This is so cool. And I'm like, no, yeah, so hopefully you guys can attend. And like, everybody was like, I'm going, 100% I'm going.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, because once you announce something like that, you know, you are going to get people hyped. They're like, oh,
yeah.
they're like another Sonic fan convention has sprung up.
Yeah, I'm so happy that everyone kept it secret. Like, because I told them stuff that I didn't say publicly until like a few weeks afterwards. So I'm like, thank you guys for not spoiling anything. You guys rock.
Oh, that's gonna be such a huge relief because you know there's always gonna be those you know people who do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that's gonna be a huge, huge blessing that no one said anything.
Yeah. It's because, yeah, we did not expect it to go anywhere near like this, which is why I was like, well, we can say it. It's probably just going to be them either way. So,
Hmm. Ooh, okay. Oh yes. Can you tell us like any like do you have like can memorable moments from like meeting like voice actors? Like is there like any particular one that where you're like um did that just actually happen type type reaction?
uh, let me see. I mean, for sure, when we took our statues to the Mission Valley one, because it was our first time finishing up. It was a shadow that we had. We finished up Sonic, Knuckles, and Rouge. And when we brought them in, I remember Lonnie coming out of like the store and she goes, "Oh my God, these are so cool." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you. I'm so happy you like it, Lonnie." And then like Scott came in and everybody and they're like, "Wow. This is the coolest things that they've ever seen." And we like everyone that went with me, we were so excited and it's just like we're so happy that how much like everybody loved the way the statues came out.
Aw.
Yeah, and then we did the same thing when we did Silver. We met Pete Capella at I think Simi Valley last February. And he saw the statues and he goes, "Hey, when are you going to make a silver one?" And I was like, "All right, you asked, I'll make it for you." And then I think it was at Nostalgia Con. I was like, "All right, Pete, I'm done." And he's like, "Wait, are you for reals?" So like I go to the car and since we're loading in stuff, I show him the head and he goes, "Oh my God, man, this is so cool. Holy crap." He goes, "Let me take a picture. Let me take a video." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, here you go, man."
Like Pete's like I was like, is this guy gonna do it? Oh, he did
Yeah,
it.
yeah, like I don't know if he thought that I was just like messing around with him, but I'm like, we got it done. It's a lot more relaxing this time since we didn't have to finish everything in a week. So it's like, here you go, enjoy.
It's kind of like you ask, it's like you ask, you receive.
Yeah,
That's really cool that Pete's like, I have to take a photo of this. It's my boy.
yeah,
Like, um, but I'm very curious, how many pieces was silver? Because you said you showed the head to
yeah.
Pete.
So we make them in pieces so we can like separate them, but not like in like the way where it's like, oh, you can kind of see the lines unless they're like massively huge. But for the most part, it's like it's the head is normally one piece. For silver, it was the head and the quills because that like those four quills on the top of his head, really big.
Hmm.
Then it's like the body, then the feet, and then the hands, kind of a thing. And then we just like put them together really quick, and it lets us tear it apart and save space when we have to take them back.
Mm. Yeah, because I think that's really smart because especially if you're bringing them out to like, meet and greets or conventions, yeah, you kind of have to take them apart,
No, yeah.
in order to transport them, So I mean,
Yeah,
that's
and
totally understandable.
the best part is since like the way I mentioned, that one of our statues broke, at least when
Mm.
we need to fix it, we could just easily reprint the part that broke out and it's like, okay, we'll swap it out and we're good.
Mm. I don't see any new questions in the chat, but here is my next question for you.
Huh.
Um, which Sonic fan conventions were you a part of as a vendor?
All right, so we were a part of Neon in person. Neon was so cool. Like we were exhausted. We had no sleep the day before, and normally like I would fall asleep in the conventions just from pure exhaustion. I was up like the entire time. It was just so fun over there. Like I like honestly it was probably one of my favorite ones that I did that year. Like just
Mm.
everything about it. The people were cool, the owners were cool, the concert was cool. I was like, okay, you know what? I want something like this. Like I was super excited for that one. We've done um Sonic Revolution online. Unfortunately, we missed the in-person one since it was before, we kind of started doing these things.
Hmm.
We were invited to another one. It was the one in Texas.
Mm.
Somebody messaged me and was like, "Hey, I want you to come to part of the event." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure, sure, that's awesome." And then I was like, "Hey, do you think you can help me out with this because it's like a 25-hour drive and a 25-hour drive back?" And then I didn't hear back from them, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I
Oh.
was like, "Well, never mind."
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, but I'm like, "It's okay, it's okay."
Like it's crazy that, there's like Sonic fan conventions just popping up now.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's so cool. Like honestly, I love the series. I love the franchise. So like seeing these, it's like if I can go, I want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. But oh, okay. Here is my next question for you, Daniel.
Mhm.
In your words, what makes the Sonic franchise stand out?
Honestly, like it feels like it's a bit of everything. I love the characters, I love the speed, the music, like it's just all of it. Like when it comes together, it's really something really, really cool. Like, and the fact that it's more like a Sega thing than anything, it's like they're not scared of willing to try something different.
Mhm.
It like it doesn't always work out, but when it works out, you get some stuff that's just really special, and it's like there's nothing that can like compete with it. If you kind of get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, like they are not afraid to like try new things. you
yeah,
know. But like we ended up getting like the storybook series.
yeah,
We never expected that, but it's still, it's like, hey, like it's like their own spin,
yeah.
on those like classic like fairy tale stories.
And the soundtrack for those two games are just so good. Like, oh man, they're great. They're great.
Yeah, and you could say, because of this franchise, it brings a lot of fans together,
Yeah,
and we're getting these Sonic fan conventions popping up now because
yeah,
they were
and
very scarce back in the day. And then now we have like Sonic Revolution, we have Sonic Expo, we have Sonic Con UK, you know.
I wish I can go to the UK. Like, it just seems so cool. They just like go everywhere if it's able to, but it's just you know time, budget, all that kind of stuff. It makes it hard.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, the Sonic series just has like this charm about it,
Hmm.
and the thing is, I think what also makes it stand out is that Sega really embraces the fans.
Yeah, and it's so great. Like I don't want to say names, but like if this was another event, like by the time I'm like, I announced this, all right, well, here are our lawyers telling you you can't do this.
Yes,
Yeah, the fact
so
that Sega's like, do it, have fun, enjoy it, is just it's so cool, the company.
Yeah, like they're very open to the fans,
Yeah.
you know, because like they really interact with the fans, they obviously like ask for like feedback, and they actually, well, what do you call it? They actually also do they also make content. They actually have the voice actors come in for like, like the Tails tube.
Hmm.
And also the most recent thing, the Chaotix case files. I
Yeah, I need
never
to.
I never knew they were gonna do an audio drama.
Yeah, I was like, oh, all right. And yeah, and this is the stuff that I mean, where it's like, all right, what haven't they done? All right, let's try audio dramas. Let's see how that goes. And it's like the fact that they're willing to experiment is always just, it keeps the series interesting.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like you gotta do all the outlets that you can, you
Hmm.
know, and they really embrace it. Ooh, okay. Here is my next question.
Hmm.
Um, like what are your other favorite video game franchises outside of Sonic?
Uh, like outside of Sonic, I would say one that I really, really like to like replay like every few years is the Prince of Persia series. So
Oh.
I'm pretty depressed right now. I'm not sure if you heard that there was a remake of the original game and it just got canceled after like 6 years.
Oh no.
I was so excited for this game and I'm like, oh, all right, I guess it's done.
Oh.
So yeah, it's like it's that. I love Resident Evil, Silent Hill, the Shantae series. Like I'll play pretty much a bit of everything. But yeah, at the end, I usually end up coming back to like the Sonic games just to keep replaying over and over again.
Yeah, it's kind of like it has replay value.
Yeah, like a lot. And then especially, yeah, like with generations, with like all the mods and the custom levels and everything, like people will not let it like die out. They'll just let it like, let's keep going kind of a thing.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Ooh, here's an interesting question I have for you, Daniel.
Mhm.
Which Sonic character do you relate to the most in terms of personality?
Let me see if I thought about that one and then it went in my head going, "Oh no, I think it's big." Where it's like I would rather just be off doing my own thing. And then like when he needs to do something like, like get froggy, he'll like that's all he'll focus on and that's all he'll ever do. And then when he's done, it's like go back to relaxing. And I'm just like, oh no.
I think my favorite line, I'm not sure. Have you seen the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds rival interactions?
I've seen most of them, yeah.
There's this one with Shadow and Big, and then like Shadow's like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah, yeah,
And then Big just repeats what Shadow says.
yeah,
I'm just like Shadow is just like perturbed at like, dude, why are you here?
yeah,
Like he's questioning like his motives of or something of like, why are you here, man? Because Big's everywhere.
right.
Like Big always needs to make a cameo of some kind because that's become a gag in the
Hmm.
series when you think about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, but that's really cool that you relate to Big. This, I think you're like the first person that I've asked this question that you said Big, that you
Yeah, it's
relate
just
to
because yeah, I
Big.
was thinking about it and I'm like, oh no, wait. And I'm like, well, I guess.
Like, is it because of how relaxed and chill he is, when he's fishing?
Yeah, like honestly, like if you just left me like in my house, I'd be happy. I'd be like, okay, cool, relax. I can do this, I can do that, kind of a thing. But then it's like, okay, I need to do this, and I would just completely just nonstop focus on that one thing until I have it done. And that's pretty much him whenever Froggy leaves.
Yeah, like other than fishing, it's like I
Yeah.
better go find Froggy because
Yeah.
he always like disappears on me. and stuff. Like I think it's just I think it's just a very funny gag.
Hmm.
Because I know with Big, like he tends to just appear anywhere, you
Right? It's
know.
like he's there, he's off on the side, but he's there.
Because I think what's interesting, someone has pointed this out that like if you look at the Sonic channel, Sonic picked artworks that they post on the Sonic channel website, they
Hmm.
always put Big in the background. And I'm like, really? So I started looking because someone pointed this out. So I started like looking through each of them to see where Big is. Because I'm like, is he everywhere? That's what I'm wondering. So I literally have to like zoom in to see where he is in the picture. And I was like, and I looked at a lot of them like, oh my gosh, he is. I was like, how did they always sneak him inside these artworks
Right?
without me noticing? So I think it's just intriguing, with what they done with Big. Um, but I think Big is he's just a chill person.
Yeah.
He's just like all I have to do is just go fishing and I have Froggy and I'm happy.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, yeah, I think I relate.
And I think there was this other cute rival interaction with like Silver and Big, and then he's like, "Have you tried using your mind to go fishing?" And then Silver's like, "I never tried it." He's like, "Let's finish this race so we can try, so I can
Right.
try it." And I'm like, Big B asking the $1 million question, which is great. So I'm like even though Big has like a like two-track mind,
Yeah.
whether if it's froggy or fishy. But I'm like, he be asking the $1 million questions. So like he even got Silver curious about,
Yes.
wait,
He knows what he wants and he'll figure out other ways to get it.
hmm. And then I think the one that made me laugh when there was like an interaction with Sage. It's like, do you know how to do something with fish? And then Sage like mentions, oh, I know about like 3,000 something. What does this have to do with racing? Like Sage is like questioning it. And
Right.
I was like, oh, Sage, if only you knew Big has a two-track mind. Like, he's kind of just chill about racing. Like, he's not like the other characters where like, yeah, yeah, they want
Right.
to do like rival banter. He's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm just here just to chill and race,
Yeah.
but like, I don't really care too much,
Hmm.
at the same time. So, Big, you gotta love Big.
Yeah.
Big is he's such a lovable oaf, if anything.
Hmm.
Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you, Daniel.
Yeah.
How do you and your team manage all aspects of the convention? Like the guests, the tables, pretty much how do you guys manage that?
So in the very beginning, when it was like a really, really tiny thing, well, when we expected something small, it was pretty much me, kind of going, okay, I'm gonna organize this, I'm gonna organize that, because it was really we weren't expecting much. But now that it's blown up, pretty much we've assigned somebody to do like, well, I'm in charge of all the vendor stuff, like the map layout, the organization, the taxes, all that stuff. We got somebody else who's focusing on the content creators and then the panels. We have another worker working who's going to do all like the voice actor guests, like their line management, the way they're going to be organized. We got somebody else who's going to focus like on the attendees, customer service. Then we have somebody for merch, and then another one that's overseeing all the concert stuff.
Wow.
So
That's really good.
yeah, the lucky thing is we had a pretty sized team, to begin with. So now, I spent the last couple weeks, getting everybody caught up, especially now with the massive size increase. And yeah,
Hmm.
we're like, okay, now we know what we're doing. We're splitting up and, we can each focus on our own task.
Hmm. Yeah, because like trying to do like so many things because planning a convention, it it basically takes a team,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, we were
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, like at the very beginning, we were like, okay, 400, 500 people max. That's what I'm expecting. I think we're already past that in attendees. I need to double check. And it's like, okay, this got way, way bigger than we expected. And yeah, so then we started calling in people from like Anime Fire, LA Comic Con, Anime Expo. And we're like, all right, guys, you guys need to help us out. And they're like, dude, hell yes, let's go. Kind of. And so it's like, okay, we like made this pretty cool team and like everyone's super excited. And it's like, okay, if they can work with those big, big events, we should still be okay.
Yeah, because like bringing in people who have experience with like convention planning is definitely a must,
Yeah.
because it really like because they know, depending on which department that they work in, it helps them like, oh, okay, I'll focus on this aspect of the convention.
Yeah. And then the other part is they're like, hey, so we know, this group and they're in charge of like, let's say, ordering the tables and, the setups and all that stuff. And they're like, this is what we use. Do you want to use them? And it's like, yes, thank you. Because it's already a company that we know that works. It makes it easier not having to try to be like, I need to see who we hire, if they're going to be good or not, kind of a thing.
Mm. That's really good, and like I said, you got like people who've worked in the, worked at in conventions, so that's like a advantage.
No, yeah, especially I think one of our bigger helps right now is gonna be one of the people that I guess does like the line management for all the voice actors.
Mm,
Since we're expecting a lot of people, and then with all the voice actors we have, we got to make sure that that the attendees are able to like all go in, not feel crowded, and
yeah,
be able to get the signature, because I'd feel horrible if they couldn't.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I know for a fact that like a lot of the voice actors, like probably with I think with like probably with Brian, David, and Scott, probably gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, they're awesome people. So it's like, it's so cool that they were willing to help us out. Actually, for the voice actors, it's actually going to be its own dedicated hall just because of the pure amount that we have.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's smart to do that because at least like it separates it, where you're not gonna put it in like one entire huge room
Yeah.
and then it might feel a little too congested, so that's a smart move to have just the voice actors in that specific room, because you do have a lot. You guys have a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, like
Um,
oof. I'm so happy like literally like I how would you say it? This is something like I dream like it would be so cool to one day see like everybody like that. And then the fact that our team is the one doing it, I still can't get over it. It's so cool.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. You guys are doing such a phenomenal job,
Thank you. Thank you.
Because I was just like when you were like announcing the voice actors on the IG, I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was just like, whoa, the sheer amount.
Yeah, I remember Anime LA, it was a few weeks ago. It was after the Kickstarter. Basically, all the people that, would talk to us in person in conventions or at the meetups, they all would come in and they'd be like, "Oh my God, dude, high five. This was so cool. Oh my God." They're like, "You had me checking every single day because I had no clue what you were gonna do." And I'm like, "Thank you. I didn't know either."
Oh. Ooh, okay. Here is my next question for you, Daniel. How do you prioritize your time when managing multiple tasks during a busy event?
So I'm pretty much gonna do the same thing that we're doing right now. Basically, there's times where we do multiple events. So like we have a few members going to, let's say, Anaheim. We have another couple members going to like San Diego, and then we have some like, let's say, going to Vegas all at the same time while we have some people working in our warehouse as it is. So we're used to, being split up and each person doing its own task. So pretty much we're gonna do that, but since we're all in one venue, it should at least be easier to manage because everyone's gonna be here. So we know, okay, let's prioritize, like the really important issues. Like let's say the concert, something's going wrong, all our attention goes there versus, hey, we ran out of these shirts. That's like way lower priority kind of a thing.
Mm. Oh, that's really cool that like you guys organize that. Oh, okay. You guys are gonna go to this convention. Like you're kind of like spreading the work.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, it's such a great thing that it's basically like this is all like a family kind of organization kind of a thing that we've managed to grow pretty much from nothing. So we
Mhm.
know everybody, we can trust everybody, and we know that everyone is gonna dedicate as much effort as they like possibly can, because it's pretty much like everyone is kind of an owner kind of a thing.
Mm. Nice. That's gonna be really cool to have like a team and then like go out to like different conventions to like market, you know,
Yeah.
to market what you guys do. That definitely helps your presence.
No, yeah. The first couple times, oh man, we were like, okay, this is too much work. What do we do? But like, no, yeah, we've learned to like, work with it. And at this point, it's not an issue. So I feel pretty confident, having everybody here in one venue, no problem.
Yeah. Um, oh, okay. Okay, Western Spy has another question.
Mhm.
They said the first place prize is a 3D printer. Have you decided which one it might be, or at least confirmed if it's a Core XI or Bed Slinger?
All right. So like we've been going back and forth. Like, okay, so we're a 3D printing company group kind of thing. And honestly, my first thought was let me make one of our printers that we use and we can give that out because the stuff that we use is like ridiculously fast compared to any consumer product. But
Mm,
everyone was telling me like they might not understand how to get it to work. You have to consider the fact that if somebody wins and they have like no experience with 3D printing, we got to give them something easier to work with.
mm,
And so that kind of like, okay, we're like, let's see what we can buy. But we also wanted to be multicolor since I know everybody likes doing the multicolor stuff.
mm-hmm.
So if anything, I mean, some of the multicolor machines that we use are the Anycubic Cobras. I know there's a new
Oh.
one coming out. If anything, I think it might be that one because it would probably be the easiest to set up and get started within like 5-10 minutes versus like if we make something, it'll be way better and way faster, but I know it'd be a way steeper learning curve kind of a thing.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, I would say your team is right though, because it's like
Yeah.
you never know who's gonna win, and then what
Yeah.
if they have like zero experience with like 3D printing, and then it's kind of like, do I need to read the manual on how
Right.
to
Yeah.
work it? Like,
Like,
because
yeah.
I have no experience with 3D printing. I've seen a demonstration of it,
Mhm.
sure, but I've never worked with the actual tech. So like I was like, yeah, I think it's like it's better to get something that has an easier learning curve so that way they're not like struggling to figure out how do I get it to.
No, yeah, yeah, 100%. So they talked me out of that. I was like, well, all right. And we also wanted to give a printer that we use because we don't want to give something that we've never used and then like it's like, oh, it didn't work. And it's like, okay, so we use a lot of Anycubic printers. They haven't given us any issues, so that's why I'm like, I feel pretty confident, giving something from like that brand as a prize, and it should work. Like, no issues, no nothing, just set it up in like 5 minutes and you can start printing.
Mm, nice. Yeah, because like I said, they you like your team was like wise on that they
Yeah.
talked you out of that. They're like, no, it's like if like whoever wins first place prize, it needs to be like an easier learning curve so they don't get confused or like
Yeah.
you
My
know.
brother was like, you're gonna basically give them a box of wires and motors. And I'm like, but it's fast. All right.
And they're like, well, it's like what if it's someone that has zero experience
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
doing 3D printing and then you're like, oh, that's a good point. So it's better to go with like an easier learning curve
No,
option.
yeah.
So that way it's like, okay, anyone can do it, at least with like without having to like read a manual like
No, yeah. And I think we're probably gonna 3D print custom trophies also. Because we think it looked pretty cool. Like, like, all right, here's your prize and here's some trophies for you guys.
Oh, that is so cool. A custom like trophy 3D print. Let's go.
Yeah, like the fact that like our main stuff is 3D printing, there's a lot of stuff that we want to do that we're gonna do, and it's gonna make it stand out as much as we possibly could. Like that's pretty much what we want. We want it to look cool, kind of a thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because it's like you got to utilize that skill, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
3D printing is like the possibilities are endless, because you have mentioned that you guys can make it in like 2 days now, right?
Yeah.
When you're
Hmm.
3D printing now. So that's like a huge step because I remember when I went to that demonstration, they said, "Oh yeah, this takes like several days."
Yeah. I
That's a
remember the first time I did a Buster Sword. I think I had to do it in like 9 parts, and it took maybe like 70 hours, I think.
Oh
And now with our
wow.
machine, we got it down to 9 hours and it's just one full piece.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Oh, the Buster Sword from FF7?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool. I love FF7. Um, yeah, because I think so you said originally um it was like in different parts, right? The
Hmm.
Buster Sword originally, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, but we just did one whole piece now in
No,
nine
yeah.
hours.
And yeah, the reason we did that was because then, all the gluing and assembling, I've ruined so many pants because of the glue. And I was over it. I'm like, okay, we need to do something because I'm tired of gluing everything.
Oh, yeah, because at least it's like, you know, a sword, because if it's like a character, yeah, you do need to like
Yeah.
take take them
Okay.
apart.
Really quick, really like quick off topic. I can't say for who, but what's it called for the event? We're going to auction off. We don't have it exactly planned yet. A set of the swords from Sonic and the Black Knight. So,
Oh,
Sonic's the Caliburn, I think Lancelot's, I forgot which one, Knuckles is, and I think Blaze, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna auction those off. Someone's helping us out with that. Once we have more details and everything, we can say. But honestly, this one seems super exciting, like to be able to do.
Oh my gosh. I really want to see those weapons in 3D print. That's gonna be exciting. I'm super excited for this event.
All right, all right.
That is so cool because like I'm very curious which weapon from any of like media that you guys have 3D printed was probably like the most difficult to like
Most
create in 3D printing.
All right. That one easily, easily. I have two that I'm like working on right now for orders. Do you know the series No More Heroes?
I've heard of it, but
It's like the dude with like the beam katana, right?
oh, okay, yeah.
So we have a fully functional like one-to-one copy where like you turn it on, it lights up, it makes the sound effect. You can press a button to activate the charging effect where you kind of like wave it around and like it charges up. And then there's another button where you can press it and like it plays the theme song, like it's like pretty much an exact copy how it is of the game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that one's super cool. I really love having that one, but it's such a pain to like program, set up, and do all that stuff. But when we're done with it, it's super cool.
Wow, especially like putting like the extra added detail, of like the sound effect. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
That's really cool to because it makes the weapon more authentic
Yeah.
to what
Mhm.
you are like obviously referencing, you know. Because I'm very curious for the Buster Sword, does it have like the slots where you can put materia?
So we have two versions. We have like an empty one, and then we have one with the material already. Like they're not colored because every time we color them and we take them to the events, people go, "But I wanted it in this color." And it's like,
What?
okay, I'm leaving them blank. You guys paint them. And everyone's actually been happy with that. So it's like, okay, cool.
You're kind of like, and it's kind of like you put specific colors, like, nah, nah, it should have been green
Yeah.
or purple.
Yeah. So we're like, all right, we're just leaving it blank. And everyone's all like, oh, yeah, that actually works for me. And I'm like, okay.
And then you're just like, here, if you want to paint it, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. My next question for you is like, tell us your experience at Sonic Neon Summit.
It was fun. It was really fun. We were all just so exhausted just because it was a drive. We didn't sleep the night before, but honestly, like, if they do it again, I 100% want to go. Like, everything about it was just so fun.
Ooh, I'm very curious. What was like your favorite parts or memorable moments at the con?
I mean, I think honestly, just like all the fans coming in talking like, oh, they're like, dude, I love your stuff. Oh, this is so cool. What do you think of this? And being able to talk to everybody and like them actually knowing what I'm talking about, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they would come in and they're like, oh, hey, you love Black Knight. I'm like, dude, it's so good. And they're like, what about the soundtrack? And I'm like, Fight the Night Through the Fire. I'm like, dude, best songs ever. And they're like, oh yes, dude, I love it. Kind of a thing.
Yeah, like like definitely the fan interactions,
Yeah.
because because you will bond with fans that love like the same games as you, where you're kind of like if you try talking to like maybe like your other relatives, they probably have like no idea and you're speaking like
Yeah.
cryptic about what are you talking about?
No, yeah, like outside of like the people that I meet in conventions and some of the new content creators and everybody that I've been talking to, yeah, like all my old friends and everything, they're like, yeah, it's Sonic, he's blue, and I know he goes fast, and that's about it.
Yeah, like I think, being able to bond with other Sonic fans is just nice,
Yeah.
because sometimes you'll forge new friendships, and I think that's like the whole the beautiful thing about going to these Sonic conventions that you get to make new friends, you know,
Hmm.
and you won't be talking to like strangers who have no idea who what you're talking about.
Right.
They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I love this game," and you don't have to worry about like thinking that the other person thinks you're talking cryptic or like
Right. It's like, what are you talking about, man? No, everyone here is all like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. This is so great.
Yeah, because like I have friends that are non-Sonic fans, and they're kind of like, okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Um, so I think it's just very interesting, when you meet other Sonic fans, it's like you just like click because it's like, okay, at least they know what I'm talking about.
Hmm. Yeah, like I think it was yeah, at Anime LA when I was talking to everybody, like everybody coming in, during the event, and they're like, "Oh, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, it's going good. We're working out stuff for the events. Johnny's helping me out." And they're like, "Wait, Johnny, from Crush 40?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Wait, you're talking to him?" I'm like, "I know, right? He's so cool." And they're like, "Dude, that's so cool." It's just, it's cool that people know who like they're like, "Oh, this person, you're talking to them or anything," and it's so cool that everybody like kind of understands like, "Oh, this is super exciting," kind of a thing.
Oh yes, yeah, like the Sonic franchise, like Sonic fans know like the professional, guests
Yeah,
in this fandom. Like once you say Johnny, they're like, "Oh, you mean Johnny
yeah,
Joelli
yeah,
from Crush 40s?" So like um it's just I just love the Sonic franchise as a whole. Like I said, I made a lot of friends, because like it's really hard to find people in school back in the day who was into Sonic. I just
oh
only
yeah.
had so it's like, but now it's like okay, it's so much easier to find
Oh
find
man, yeah.
Sonic friends now. So I think, times have changed where it's like, um, that we have like these fan conventions popping up and being able to forge these new friendships and all that. So,
Yeah.
So I think it's just really, really great when you get to meet people, who at least have like affiliation with the franchise,
Hmm.
and being able to like talk to them about, oh, like you made my childhood, whether if it's like voice actors, because um, I've said this like to like a lot of my guests that like my start in Sonic was literally Sonic X.
Hmm.
So I met a lot of like the 4 Kids cast, and it's just, it's just wild, because like if I told my younger self that, hey, you'd be like meeting these like voice actors that you listen to on TV, I'd be like laughing at myself.
Yeah, it's such a crazy feeling. Like I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's like this is so cool. I can't get over how cool this is.
Absolutely. Like, I think it's just, I think, the Sonic franchise just brings like a lot of people together, It's one of
Yeah.
those like franchises that really stand out because I don't see any other like video game franchises getting like like fan
It's
conventions.
yeah, that's what another thing that like crossed our head was like how would I say it that uh a lot of other fan bases tend to be like more aggressive, if you know what I
Mm,
mean, kind of a
yeah.
thing. Like here everyone seems, super nice and happy, like everyone here goes, "Okay, you know what? Let's all try to like get along, because that's pretty much how the franchise is."
Yeah.
Yeah, and where there's other ones where it's like, "Oh, well, you did this wrong, I'm not letting this go because, you messed up," kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right, you know. Ooh, okay. I don't see any new questions in the chat.
Right?
Ooh, okay, but here is my next question for you,
Yeah.
Daniel. What do you use as inspiration for event planning?
All right. So, honestly, our main inspiration, I would say, would be the Anime Fire Group. Like, it's weird that, yeah, I keep bringing them up, but honestly, they went from like starting in Pasadena, and like in 8 years, they have, I think, Pasadena, Riverside, Vegas, San Diego, and I think they're doing two in Arizona.
Oh,
And it's
wow.
because they really get like a lot of interactions with like the guests and attendees, either through like games or panels or different activities. Like you go and it's just so fun when you go there, and I want to do something similar to for ours to make sure if you're not here like at the guests, or you're not with the vendors, there's other stuff that you can do to keep yourself entertained, with activities or panels, or just whatever we can come up with, kind of a thing.
Mm. Nice. That's really cool that that convention in specific was like inspiration.
Yeah, they have like a lot of crazy stuff that like they like focusing on like the cringe, if that makes any sense. Like, I know they have this particular one that everybody goes to, and I cannot go, where it's like, all right, you come up and scream like a Saiyan.
Scream like a Saiyan.
Yeah, and I was telling everybody, I'm like, okay, what if we do something similar? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what if we like for a panel, we have people come in and they give us their best chaos control impression.
Oh.
And everyone's all like, please don't do that. That's so bad. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be people that want to go in there, like show off, like, hey, yeah, here's my chaos control kind of pose. So
Yeah.
that's why we're like, I don't know. We'll think about that one. Like some people say yes, some people say no, but it's like,
Oh. Ooh, okay. Here is my, wait, where is that question? No, I just had it just now. Oh, okay, here it is. Here's my next question for you, Daniel. What type of lessons do you think the Sonic franchise shows to their audience?
oof, I mean, honestly, like just keep trying. Stuff's gonna go wrong. Stuff always goes wrong, but like if you don't let it get you down and you just keep pushing, you're gonna eventually be able to, you'll get something that comes out and it'll be really amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Yeah. Like, I think, one of the lessons, like to me, that is very sentimental for me is that, that one line that Sonic says in Sonic '06 that he says, nothing starts until you take action.
Hmm.
And it's a very, very true on true quote. If you don't do anything, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, nothing's gonna change. You're gonna be
Yeah.
stuck in the same thing, and you need to be the one to start what you want to get done.
Hmm. Exactly. And I kind of like that, and I said that's so inspirational, if you wanna if like for example with you and your team, like you're like, yeah, let's go make a Sonic fan convention,
Yeah.
and you did it.
Yeah, honestly, we're so happy that everyone, like all these people were like wanting to, donate, be a part of the event. Like we're so grateful and we're so happy and like we need this to go as best as we possibly could.
Absolutely. Like you guys have been doing such a phenomenal job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's very impressive, like you said, like you got a lot of Sonic content creators just like reaching out to you like, "Hey, I want to come on as a guest."
Yeah, it was so crazy. Like, yeah, our original plan was we weren't gonna have any content creators, but we were like, you know what? Okay, let's try at least for some, just so we can be like, okay, we have some. But yeah, the majority said no. The ones that we did get in the beginning, they told us yes. They're so awesome. So super grateful for them. But yeah,
Oh, so originally you weren't going to have content creators?
yeah, this was supposed to be a really tiny event. It was supposed to be, I think, like maybe five voice actors and Johnny, and that's about it.
Very
Yeah, and
interesting.
yeah, then it kind of like it got a little bit bigger, and then everyone's like, "Hey, this is kind of interesting. I like where this is going. Would you want to try this?" And I'm like, "Sure. All right, let's do this. Let's do this." And then it got to the point where it's like, "Okay, this is not gonna fit anymore. We need to do something."
You're kind of like, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You're like,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, we need to
yeah.
go get.
Like for the bands originally, it was supposed to be Johnny and Zebrahead, but then yeah, like I said, after the concert, I was like, "Okay, we might need to switch out Zebrahead."
Mm.
So we went with Bentley and TJ. And they were great. They're awesome people. They're super cool. They were right on board immediately. There's one more person we're waiting on a response back. Hopefully they do answer me, and we'll have a fourth one, but I can't guarantee anything for that one.
Ah. Yeah, I mean that's understandable,
Yeah.
because you don't want to say it and then it's like it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, oh yeah, we got this person. It's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, like I think it's just, I think it's just great that like originally you're like, wait, it's like we were just gonna be a small like convention, you're like, and then it's like everyone just pitches in and you're like, nope, it's big now.
I was telling everybody, I know they got so mad at me that I please stop. This is so cringy. And I'm like, look, it feels right now like it's the whole Sonic, at the end of Sonic Heroes where like everyone's putting their hands together, like we all got this kind of thing.
And then you just see like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles
Yeah.
designed to go face the final form of
Yeah.
Metal Sonic. And then the emeralds just come in. I mean that's understandable. Like um but I think, it's just great that you got like a lot of great guests. Like a lot of them I recognized and
No, yeah, they're all awesome people. Like honestly, yeah, they were on board when I would see them like at the conventions and I'm like, "Hey, I want to do this. What do you guys think?" And every single one of them was like, "Go for it. Go for it. Do it." And like it was awesome. Them on board 100%. It was all the like contract stuff and everything else that, gave us the problems, but it worked out in the end, so, we're happy.
awesome. And I don't see any new questions. Um, But I think I'm going to end it with one more question.
Hmm.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, one more question, then we're going to end this Q&A.
All right.
My last question is, what do you enjoy most about making your first Sonic fan convention work?
I honestly, I think it's all the ideas that we can actually like put in place, kind of a thing. Like I know we can ask other events, and I feel like, some would agree, but the fact that it's like, we went, hey, let's make life-size characters of every single voice actor we have, we found that kind of cool. We're gonna do like, all this like custom backdrops, all this other stuff to try to really make it stand out. So it's like all the ideas we have, we're gonna be able to put it in place, and that's really, really exciting.
Ooh,
Yeah, like
yeah.
one in our Discord right now that I have brought up, and I think we are getting it working. It's so you know how people do like karaoke, right?
Yes.
So instead of karaoke, I mean, we still might have it. We're gonna do Rock Band. You remember that
Ooh.
game?
Yeah, Rock Band, yeah.
Yeah. So we have somebody who's making like the custom music. So we'll have, all the Sonic tracks, all the Crush 40 stuff, the Bentley stuff, the TJ stuff. And so, there's going to be a stage where, you could come up with the song, with the, the karaoke singer, the drummer, the guitar player, and you guys got to like, pretend that, you guys are actually, instead of karaoke, it's like a full set.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's gonna be very interesting.
No, yeah, I've basically been playing it nonstop like the last couple of days and going, okay, you know what? This is cool. We just need more Sonic songs.
Yeah, like I actually had friends, I think, in high school who played Rock Band. So,
Yeah.
like, it was either Rock Band or Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Hmm.
One of those two. And of course, unfortunately, we will have to end this Q&A. I want to thank you, Daniel, for taking time. I know how busy you and your team have been
Oh
planning this
man.
event.
It was bad. Like, but honestly, yeah, we finally got into like slow down and everything. Like, I'm so happy. But the first few weeks before, I think it was just like nonstop nightmares. Like the last week or so, going, this is gonna go bad. This is gonna go so bad.
Yeah, I want to thank you for taking time to do this Q&A. Like as soon as I saw everything like blow up that you and your team have like such a successful first Kickstarter for the first time you guys are running this fan convention.
We're so happy. Like, oh man, like never would have expected this type of reaction, and we're never gonna forget it. Like, this was honestly probably like one of the coolest things that's ever happened to us, and we're so grateful.
Yeah, and I'm super excited, you know, that you guys are having this fan convention in my home city. I was just like, oh my goodness, that's so amazing. Um, but yes, I am going to announce my upcoming live stream. Um, on February 6th at 12 p.m. PT, 3 p.m. ET is the next episode of the Lucky Charm podcast, episode 15, ranking season 6 episodes so far. So, my very good buddy G, aka the Cartoon Hotspot, and we will be ranking the season 6 episodes of Miraculous that have aired so far in a tier list. So, if you want to see us, what our, thoughts and, and discussions about each of the episodes and what we thought of them, be sure to tune in for that. And of course, I actually posted, I think yesterday, that tomorrow at 5 p.m. PT, 8 p.m. ET, I actually am posting my first Leah reviews. And it's basically me reviewing the Sonic Presents the Chaotix Case Files, episode 0 and episode 1. So please be sure if you have not seen both episode 0 and episode 1, please be sure to watch the Chaotix Case Files first before tuning in, as I will be going into spoilers and talking about my thoughts about those episode 0 and episode 1. And that will be premiering on my YouTube channel It's basically a video premiere. It's not a live stream, so keep that in mind. It was pre-recorded, so and I am in the process of getting another Q&A confirmed, so be on the lookout on my socials. And of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on that bell notifications for upcoming live streams and video content because there may be more Leah review videos. So may you all have a wonderful rest of your night or day, time zones. And of course, may you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day or night. Bye, everyone.